Welcome to the AAC Report only on the Knightline Sports Network. Monday, May 13th. I'm Jeff Allen, and we will do a news and notes version of the podcast this time around. Lots of championships and the like going on that we're going to keep track of, so let's get to it, shall we? The women's softball tournament was not able to be completed this weekend due to bad weather in Houston. So, with no tournament champion declared, USF, as the highest remaining seed in the tournament, was awarded the Americans' automatic bid to the NCAA championships. Joining the Bulls, as they made the selection of the field of 64, are Houston and Tulsa. The Bulls will travel to Tallahassee to meet South Carolina on Friday at noon. USF and South Carolina will be joined in Tallahassee by Bethune-Cookman and Florida State in that four-team bracket. The Bulls led by American Pitcher of the Year, Georgina Corrick, who carries a 0.90 ERA into NCAA play and has struck out an American best 241 batters. The Houston Cougars will open their championship play Friday at 2 to meet Texas A&M in Austin. Houston and Texas A&M will share the field with Sam Houston State and Texas in that region. The Cougars boast the Americans' top offense, leading the league in overall batting average and triples, while tallying the second most RBIs in the league. Individually, Maya Thomas batting .391, Sarah Baker batting .376, and Arnell James batting .371 have three of the top five batting averages in the conference. The Golden State Hurricane, they will go to Stillwater, Oklahoma to meet Arkansas. Tulsa and Arkansas will be joined in Stillwater by BYU and Oklahoma State in that four-team bracket. Tulsa led by American Player of the Year, Julia Hollingsworth at the plate, who carries a conference-leading .420 batting average into the postseason. And this year's three selections mark the third time in the American six-year history the conference had three or more programs in the NCAA championship field. Meanwhile, the AAC announced their 2019 softball award winners on the eve of the conference championships, which were started 3 games in. The bad weather hit and never relented. The awards voted for the conference's 8 head coaches. USF sophomore Georgina Corrick was the pitcher of the year. Houston redshirt senior Sarah Baker and Tulsa senior Julia Hollingsworth were the players of the year. Tulsa's Chanice Delch was named the Rookie of the Year, and UCF senior catcher Macy Cook earned the Defensive Player of the Year, and USS head coach Ken Erickson was the coaching staff, headed up the coaching staff of the year there. Turning to women's lacrosse, Florida, the Gators were in the NCAA field. And no, that's not a misprint on my paper, or you are not hearing me incorrectly. I'm not crazy. The Florida Gators are part of the AAC as far as women's lacrosse is concerned, one of the 6 teams in the conference. And we'll actually step back a bit. They won the conference tournament in Cincinnati by beating the Bearcats 15-9, and Gators coach Amanda O'Leary was happy for winning the first ever lacrosse championship.
Oh, I mean, it's exciting. Obviously, when you win the inaugural conference championship, it's incredible. All the credit goes to these young women behind me. They worked so hard throughout the season. So proud of their effort. Everybody, it was a total team effort. And that was a great Cincinnati team, but I think the Florida Gators showed up today. And
they were defeated John Hopkins in the first round 16-9. They then faced number 3 seed North Carolina in the second round of the tournament yesterday, but fell to the Tars 15-11. And the Gators finished out the 2019 season with a 14-7 record, getting both the regular season and tournament championships. Track and field, starting the day in 6th place with 18 points. The Houston men won 7 track events and scored 14 top 3 finishes on Sunday to capture their 4th consecutive American Athletic Conference Outdoor Track and Field Championship at Cessna Stadium in Wichita, Kansas. Houston has won all but one American Outdoor Championship with 5 overall titles. And starting off the day in first place, the Wichita State women held on to their lead and captured their first AAC Outdoor Track and Field Championship title as well. The Shockers improved from 9th place finish in 2018, and in all, the Shockers claimed 4 individual titles and posted 11 all-conference performances. Last week in women's tennis, we had mentioned that UCF was in the Sweet 16. They had built an early 2-0 lead against number 6 Pepperdine, but the Waves rallied and ended up winning that 4-2 against the Knights on this past Friday at the Super Regional of the NCAA's Women's Championships. Women's golf, 3 teams and 3 individuals from the American were in action at the Women's Golf Regionals. The 2019 American champions Houston, along with UCF and ECU, competed as teams. Mikaela Fletcher, SMU's Bridget Dunn, and Tulsa's Lorena Sang were in action as individuals. For the first time since the 95-96 season, UCF is headed to the national championships, shooting a 2 under 286 on the final day at the Cle Elum Regional and finished 6th to secure their spot in Fayetteville, and a 10 over 874 for the regional there. ECU carded a final round score of 7 over 295 at the Auburn Regional. They finished 8th, missing out on the cut line by 5 strokes. And Houston posted a score of 299 in the final round of the Auburn Regional to finish 11th with a 3-day total of 898. In some of the individual play, as it turns out, UCF's Anna Laura Collado stayed in the top 2 for the entirety of the tournament in their region. She had the best 54-hole score of her collegiate career to finish tied for second overall. 16 birdies for a 10 under 206 over 3 rounds. And it was the second best 54-hole score over all 4 regions and the second best in program history. And her 10 under score is the best of her collegiate career. Meanwhile, also from UCF, American Freshman of the Year Elizabeth Moon shot her best round of the tournament with a 2 under 70 on the day for a 3-round total of 6 over 222. Finished with 9 birdies and will head back to her home state of Arkansas to compete for a national championship. American Athletic Conference Player of the Year Leonie Harum led the Cougars with an even par 72 to cap her stellar career. The Germany native finished the day with 5 birdies, including back-to-back efforts on holes 1 and 2, tied for 33rd in her region. SMU's Bridget Dunn concluded her career as a Mustang, and she went into the final day at 3 over and carded 3 birdies on the round for a 2 over finish and a share of 27th place. And she wrapped up her career as the all-time leader with 359 career birdies and the third best season scoring average of 73.03 in the last 26 years at SMU. Tulsa's Lorena Sang closed out her inaugural collegiate season with a 46th place finish at the NCAA Norman Regional, turning in a final round score of 2 under 70 to finish with a 54-hole total of 223 at that particular one. She finished her rookie season with a 72.1 stroke average and 7 top 10 performances in 11 tournaments. The 2019 NCAA National Golf Championships will start on May 17th at Blessings Golf Club in Fayetteville. We turn now to this week's baseball honors. The player of the week, Alec Burleson from ECU, picks up his 2nd straight and 3rd overall player of the week award after a strong outing on the mound and at the plate during a 3-1 week. He hit .400 with 7 RBIs, 2 runs scored, while pitching a win against number 11 North Carolina on Tuesday. He recorded a hit in each game, registering 2 RBIs against Tar Heels and a 3-for-4 outing with 4 RBIs and a 6-1 series opening win over Wichita State. The pitcher of the week was Clayton McGinnis, the right-hander from Wichita State, through his first career complete game in a 3-1 win over the 8th-ranked ECU Pirates on Saturday. Senior right-hander scattered 1 run on 5 hits and a walk through 9 innings of work through 103 pitches in that outing. Taking a look at the baseball standings, as we mentioned, the Pirates, 8th ranked in the country, 18-3 in conference, 39-12 overall. Tulane holding down the 2nd spot at 11-9. Cincinnati at 13-11. Houston 11-10. UConn 10-11. Memphis 9-11, and UCF 9-12 as they continue their late season surge. And a quick note from basketball. Tulane's Ron Hunter having a quick impact on the Green Wave program. They land grad transfer KJ Lawson from Kansas and also Rhode Island grad transfer Christian Thompson, as he hopes to fortify that Green Wave lineup as far as action goes on the hardwood. And we certainly hope all the moms in Knight Nation had a happy Mother's Day yesterday. And that will do it for this week's AAC Report, only on the Knightline Sports Network. I'm Jeff Allen. Thanks for listening.